Sometimes just a single question, maybe in a DM thread online, can suddenly pull back the curtain on something much bigger, darker even.
It's really quite something, and that seems to be exactly what happened here.
Yeah, we're looking at this set of direct messages coming out of Coventry, and they appear to reveal an alleged fraud. Well, on a pretty surprising scale.
And what's fascinating, I think, is seeing how these, digital whispers, starting small, can suddenly build into this shared understanding of a serious problem.
Especially when maybe the official routes feel blocked.
Exactly.
So today we're doing a deep dive into these specific messages. We want to unpack the details, the reported details anyway, of this alleged fraud, its potential scope, and importantly, the challenges people are apparently facing trying to get answers or justice.
And these claims, they all seem to center around one individual named Ghazala Din.
Right. It's like a real-time window into how people react when they suspect they've been, well, wronged, and how they try to navigate things when the formal systems maybe aren't responding as they'd expect.
So how did it all start? The messages, I mean.
Well, according to the sources, it kicks off pretty simply. One person just asks for some info about Ghazala Din,
Okay.
and the reply immediately shows something's up. The other person asks right back, and this is a direct quote from the message, "Hello, did you do investments with her as well?"
Wow, straight to it, as well. That implies they already suspect something.
Exactly. That question alone basically confirms right there that both of them believe they were tangled up in some kind of alleged investment scam involving her.
That immediate connection over a shared negative experience, it really shows the power of these informal networks, doesn't it?
It does, and one of them went on to say they lost £5,000, gave it in cash.
Chash, okay.
And according to them, none of it ever came back. Ghazala just, and again, this is the claim, ran off with it.
Hmm. But was it just these two?
Well, that's the thing. As the conversation unfolds, it seems like, no, not at all. The messages suggest it's much wider.
Wider how?
One participant claims Ghazala allegedly scammed, get this, over 100 people.
100. That's quite a number.
It is, and they mentioned other people in Coventry being affected too, so definitely not isolated, according to these sources.
That kind of alleged spread, suggests a pattern. Often happens when trust within a community is, well, exploited. It shows how quickly these things can ripple out.
And it gets even more complex. There are suggestions of, like, broader involvement.
Beyond just Ghazala Din.
Yeah. The messages claim, quote, the whole family's doing the scams.
The whole family. That's a serious allegation.
It is. They specifically mention Ghazala's mother saying she's sort of playing dumb about it all.
Okay.
And also her son. He apparently lives in a place called Sandways Garden, and the claim is he's involved too, supposedly buying cars, jewelry.
With the alleged investment money.
That's what the messages suggest, yeah, using the investment money.
So with all these claims flying around, what about getting help? You mentioned challenges.
Right, this is where it gets pretty frustrating, judging by the messages. Both individuals say they reported the alleged fraud to the police. No action has been taken. That's the quote.
That's tough. What about other routes?
Well, one person also said they reported it to the Action Fraud site, the UK's National Reporting Center.
Yeah, I know.
But again, apparently, no response back. Just nothing.
That really speaks to a feeling maybe that individual reports don't always make a big impact. Or at least that's the perception.
It seems that way. There's this shared feeling in the messages that victims might need to, like, gather people, connect their cases.
To get the authorities to maybe take notice?
Yeah, potentially. It highlights the hurdles people can face.
But amidst all that frustration with official channels, are people doing anything else?
Actually, yes. This part is quite interesting. The sources mention that the brother of one of the individuals involved in the chat has been actively investigating her himself.
Really? Doing his own digging?
Apparently so. It says he's gathered a lot of information, and his phone number was even shared in the messages.
As a contact point for others.
Exactly. For others looking for information, it's like this grassroots intelligence network starting to form.
That's classic, isn't it?
Right.
When formal systems feel unresponsive, people leverage their own connections, their collective trust, their collective power. It's about regaining some sense of agency, I suppose.
Definitely. So, wrapping this up, our deep dive into these Coventry messages has really illuminated these allegations of investment fraud centered on Ghazala Din. We've seen claims of potentially over 100 victims, alleged family involvement.
And also that real sense of frustration with the official reporting channels, leading to these community-led efforts to try and share information.
It raises some big questions, doesn't it, about how people cope with alleged financial fraud, the obstacles they hit trying to get official help.
And the ways communities sometimes just, well, organize themselves when they feel like they're not being heard, trying to coordinate, share what they know.
So, here's something to think about. In this age where we can connect instantly, what does it really mean when people feel they have to build their own networks outside the usual systems just to understand and maybe address widespread issues like these alleged scams?
Yeah, what does that imply about trust, about transparency, both within communities and maybe between communities and the institutions meant to help them?
Definitely food for thought.